What's up, guys? I hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome back to another YouTube video. So, in this video, we will be looking at exercise 43 of our Python exercise tutorial series. Without any further ado, let's get to it. Exercise 43. An online retailer provides express shipping for many of its items at a rate of $10.95 for the first item and $2.95 for each subsequent item. Write a function that takes the number of items in the order as its only parameter. Return the shipping charge for the order as the function's result. Include a main program that reads the number of items purchased from the user and displays the shipping charge. Okay, guys, so not a difficult problem that we are faced with, you know. All we need to do is basically for this problem. Essentially, customers are buying a product or products, and in that entire list of products that they purchase, now let's just say they buy one product, right? That one item will be 10.95. Now, if they buy two items, it's going to be 10.95 for the first and just 2.95 for the second. So altogether, it will be 10.95 plus 2.95. Now, if they buy, three or more items, it's going to be just $10.95 for the first one. And then since we have three, so the first one is done, we're left with two. And those two items would cost 2.95 each. Essentially, what we're saying is that only the first item in the entire purchase will cost $10.95. So that's easy stuff there. Essentially, we need to have a main program as per the scenario or text prompt that's going to read the number of items purchased. So let's do a simple items is equals to int input. So the reason why we said int is, because it's the number of items. Please enter the number of items purchased. That's good. Output will be given here. So the output we'll be displaying is the charge, the shipping cost. So the shipping cost, or let's say the cost of shipping for, let's do a percentage D items is, and yeah, let's float this as well. So percentage.2f, and we'll just provide formatting. That's fine. That's easy, right? We know what's happening here. Now we need logic, basically processing. We need a function to do the processing for us. So what exactly are we calculating? We are calculating shipping charges. So I'm going to just create a function, call it shipping charges. It's taking an input or parameter. It's taking items as the parameter. And now using some appropriate math, let's proceed to actually calculate the cost of this shipping. So it's nothing difficult at all. Set a base price to be 10.95. That's because, as I told you, the first item in any purchase costs $10.95. So base price is 10.95. Now it's time for some decision making. So if items is equals to 1, this is easy, right? It's as I gave you that little example in the beginning of the tutorial. I mentioned what happens if there's 1, 2, or 3 or more products that were purchased. So it's the same logic. If items is equals to 1, we can set cost to be equal to the base price. So base is 10.95 basically. And let's have an elif items is equal to 0, cost is equals to 0, else. This is where a bit of extra calculations happen. So if the user entered one item, tells us that they'd be paying that 10.95 because there's only one item. If the user has purchased 0 items, they will be paying nothing. That's why cost was set to 0 there. Then in the else, so if they didn't buy 1 or if they didn't buy 0, they bought more than 2, right? 2 or more. So in this case, they'll have to adhere to these shipping charges, in which the first one is purchased for 10.95 and then all subsequent items are purchased for 2.95. And just remember that shipping charge is going to be returned from the function. So that's why I also called my function shipping charges. So that's fine. Extra is going, let's calculate. So items minus 1. So the number of extra items that they buy is going to be the number of items that was entered minus 1, right? Because they're only paying the base fee for one item. And then let's set cost to be equal to base plus extra multiplied by 2.95. In this case, we'd want the total of the extra products to be calculated. That's why we placed it in brackets. And that's going to be fine because at the end of the day, the base price will be added to that cost for the extra goods. Okay, so from this function, let's return cost. That's good. That's excellent. Now, that's all for the shipping charges function. That's going to be the main function that basically does the processing of input and returns some form of output. Specifically, the shipping charges function is returning output to the main function, right? And the main function returns output to the user. So within this parenthesis or this tuple, let's actually proceed to provide formatting for the placeholders. And we said the cost of shipping for percentage D item. So this will be items, which is an integer, is percentage.2f. That's going to be the cost. And that's all, guys. We've effectively and efficiently catered for our. Oh, one thing I should have done. Remember, guys, so for this placeholder, the second one, the value is coming from the function, right? Shipping charges function. So let's do shipping charges with items. That's fine. Okay, now we've effectively and efficiently completed this exercise. So guys, before we end the tutorial, let's go ahead and run this program, make sure it works. Again, I forgot to call main, so let's do that. Please enter the number of items purchased. I'm doing 1. We should expect to see $10.95. That's good. So we don't see the dollar sign because we did not provide formatting. I'll provide formatting there. So let's do this again. Maybe I want 2. So that makes sense. Let's do this manually. 10.95 plus, what was it? 2.95. Yes. And indeed, it's 13.9 because we are rounding off to 2 decimal places. Let's go ahead and run this again. Let's enter a large number of values, maybe 13. And that's good, $46.35. With that, guys, we've effectively and efficiently and successfully completed exercise 43 of our Python exercise tutorial series. With that, good luck with your work and I'll see you in the next YouTube video.